Right, lads, another beer club. And tonight, Ross is going to introduce the beer. Ross, take it away, mate. What have we got?
So tonight, we have got an original lemon meringue ice cream sorbet coming in at a steady 6% ABV. So this is from Buxton Brewery, and it's their Omnipollo series. So I'll be honest, I don't know much about it. So it's probably something I'm going to go and Google after we've done it. But the Omnipollo collaborations with Buxton Brewery. We all know Buxton have knocked out some pretty good beers that we've sampled. I think Kingslayer was the highest we've probably had on this.
It was up there, wasn't it? So definitely well
up there.
We
didn't record it for but yeah, curious. It's another Tesco special. So I think we're good at getting ones that we know we can all get our hands on easily. But was it £5? So a bit steep.
£5,
yeah. So I think this will be proof will be in the pudding whether it's worth that extra few quid versus £2 cans. Yeah.
Omnipollo from Sweden, Ross.
Omnipollo.
It's a brewery in Sweden.
Yeah, so it must be a collaboration they've been doing with it. So, yeah, I'm curious. I'm not sure what to expect, to be honest. I don't know what an ice cream sorbet should taste like. So, we'll see.
That's funny looking colour, isn't it?
The beer. I was just thinking, when Dan said it's from Sweden, see on the can it says, where it says the best before date, and then it goes into another language. That looks like it could be Swedish, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Bit shit for the people watching this video because I can't see it, but you can't really see it.
I think that might be best before ending Swedish.
Yeah, looks could well be. Anyway, Winter, you're saying strange colour.
It's strange colour, yeah, darkish. Looks a bit flat as well.
Yeah, but this is where I'm often let down by pale ales compared to IPAs. It could be a bit disappointing to what we're used to. You find IPAs are usually hoppier.
We're diving in with the sips, but I just want to comment on the smell because I had a little smell. A few of us did before we started recording, and it stinks of shit.
Mine smells all right.
Don't know if I've just developed. I might have developed COVID or something, but
it tastes a bit flat to me. It's not much carbonation.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of carbonation. It's tangy, so you're getting the lemon. It's almost like a sour.
Got a bit of a sherbety flavour as well. I think that like very sugary and it is really sweet.
Oh God!
Feel like this is going to give me a heartburn.
I don't think I'm thinking it's worth a £5.
No.
Oh, no chance.
Considering the others were £2 at Tesco.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any hops or anything.
Tastes like a bottle of hooch to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like a sour. A lot of sours just taste like Alka-Pops, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not unpleasant, but
it's like drinking a beer the next morning that's been out all night.
It is quite flat, isn't it?
Flat and not a lot of aftertaste. Quite
a bit underwhelming.
Water in it. It's dead thin.
I don't know what justifies the price tag. There's nothing particularly special about it, is there?
No,
not at all.
The can's quite bonny.
It's a lovely can. It is a lovely can. If that sign on the front was a different colour, it would be completely different, though, wouldn't it? Be a bit like the smell that you're talking about.
But they do have a lot of these cans that are just different colours for the different flavours.
Yeah,
so I think they had a black currant one which was purple, as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
So
the shelf was pretty full. I'll be honest. They had, where they have cans on top as well because they literally just wanted. Yeah,
they've got a good reputation on Omnipollo though. So have Buxton.
Yeah,
I think it might just be a bad brew. Well, I'm already giving you an indication of where my head's going. But I think the price tag is, if it was a £2 can, I'd be like fair dues, but.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for a £5, you'd expect more. I mean, you can get a looper for that.
Would you buy it again?
Nah,
I wouldn't buy it again.
Dan, it's funny you've said that. I've started trying to include that on the last couple of days on my videos because I think it's an important question that you should ask at every beer. Both ones I had today, I'll never buy again, and I'll never buy this again in my life. I would drink it if someone gave me it, but I also question why they bought it. And what
I have to be honest. I quite like the taste, but the smell just hits us all the time, so it puts us off.
It's easy to drink, isn't it? It's not sickly at all.
It's like a shandy.
Well, it's quite strong. You
taste that,
can't
does
feel that.
No, you can't taste the strength, can you?
No.
Yeah, you're right, John. It's just like easy drinking, bit dangerous.
But you get no first drink refreshment or anything from it, do you either?
Tell you, the fact that everyone's been on it today already, like, contaminates your vote.
I've waited. This is my first. Is that not what you meant to do?
You still think it's shit?
This is my fourth, to be fair. So
that hinders your judgment if you've already had a few.
I know, possibly. It's quite a strong flavour though, so you can definitely taste the flavours, can't you?
I've had a couple. Yeah, I think
it's all right. We've had worse. It's not as bad as the Zia.
It's one of them. That,
no.
I would fling
What
in the
did the
category
Zia score?
Oh, badly. Well, not that. No, actually, it's overscored. I think it got 7.1.
I think that's when we debated your ranking system, didn't we? Because
the content sipping all day.
Something you sip all day is a 7.
Yeah, it got a 7.0 on average.
Maybe disregard that then when it comes to ranking this.
Well, I think this one falls into the category for me of a lot of beers I've done where it's like you're on a stag do, you wake up, you're rough as fuck, you need your mouth cleansing, like something you can't hack like a proper manly beer yet. You need something just to, and it's 6% and quite fruity and lightly carbonated.
You feel more manly drinking it than a Copperberg or something, don't you? Because that's what I normally default to the day after to get me going.
Largely,
yeah.
Cox is there going, I'll have that anyway. Use a snake bite.
Oi, it's summer, snake biting black.
Does that change once the clocks go forward? As soon as the clocks go forward, get the black current out.
Exactly, yeah. I'm on holiday.
It's all right. I think the fact that it's a pale ale is why it's probably lacking.
Less hoppy.
Yeah. Could give you all the story of what an IPA is and why an Indian pale ale is different, but
no, go for it. Go for it. I'd love to hear the story, mate, because we're only on 7 minutes 52 seconds. So
I'll give you the short version of the story. But Indian pale ales were when we used to ship beer over during the wars. So the hops, for those who don't know, is a natural preservative. So they put hops in the beer, so it travelled to India. And that's ultimately where India... So they always had pale ale, but then they made India pale ale for the beer that went over to the troops in India. So historically, they have more hops, which give it that like more intense bitterness. So there you go, India pale ale.
Whilst we decimated the country and nicked the tea.
Tell you what, this is the best thing about this beer club. I'm telling you, just Ross just fills me with knowledge.
Exactly, yeah.
Constantly.
Every day is a school day.
Yeah.
But again, you don't know if any of it's true, Danny. It could be just
that's true. I'd heard that before. Because there's another one that I did a beer that had, it said on the can it had fish in it, and I don't know if you told this, Ross. So I researched it. It was to do with like they used to transport beer in fish guts or something like that because it again helped to preserve it.
So
this was like before the Indian pale ale stuff.
A lot of reason why beers aren't vegan is they use fish finings, which are like fish bones that are really like blitzed, and then pass the beer through that to get rid of. They capture a lot of like the proteins in the beer. Mm-hmm. So that then is because we've used fish finings in the brewing process. It's not officially vegan. There's not like anything that's dairy or meat in the actual beer, but because we pass it through fish finings, you can't class it as being like vegan friendly. So that's it. It doesn't actually contain fish, but
just has.
No,
that's a fair point. Actually, Ross, my daughter's a vegetarian. When she first stopped eating meat and seafood, like fish as well, she actually started looking at the ingredients for beers and that, and there's very few where they don't put them through fish finings. You're right.
Yeah, it's expensive. A lot of breweries now they've got a centrifusion, which basically just spins that quick that it like splits a lot of the proteins out of it, but that's expensive. So a lot of old school breweries just can't afford that modern process. It'll come in over time.
Do you mean like small breweries? They wouldn't do that because of the cost.
But even old, like us, Molson Coors, we have old school breweries in Burton and stuff. So until we're
you just get the water out the toilet normally for Carlin, don't you?
Left of that, go wash your mouth out, Matty.
I will with this lovely lemon meringue sorbet. Right, lads, scores on the doors. Yeah,
scores on the doors.
I think this one's going to do pretty badly. We're on 11 minutes. We should have enough time. Winter, go first.
I'm thinking around the 5s. But obviously, the Z is kind of, I don't know. If the Z is getting a 7, so I don't really know how to pitch it.
I think we just need to write that off as a bad score.
Sometimes the scores are well out. Forget the Z. What would you just give this one?
It's pretty average, isn't it? It's bang average. It's overpriced. It's flat.
1 to 5 is travesties. 5 to 6 is a bit better than that. So I think any less than 5 seems a bit harsh. But in the 5 sounds fair.
Well, maybe 6s then. Now you just said that. It's not an absolute travesty. It's drinkable. I've nearly finished it, but it's not doing a lot for me for the price. I'll give it a flat 6.
6.0. John,
price always has a higher indication in Winter's scoring.
John,
Robbing bastards.
It's got higher than 3, just £5.
I think.
How much?
John, what are you going, mate?
I'll go 6 as well. I think it's very sweet. It's very. If you had one, if somebody gave it to you at a barbecue or a party, it'd be an interesting thing to drink. But I don't think you'd necessarily go out and buy. I wouldn't buy another one. No. But I've tried it. It's been interesting, so as an experiment, I think it deserves a 6 just for that.
Yeah, a £5 experiment, no regrets. Coxie, what are you going with?
I'm giving it a 7. I like it. The smell puts it off a bit when I put it in my face, but 7, nearly gone. I enjoyed that.
7, sound. Danny, where are you going?
About 6.7. I don't think it's as bad as a 6, but I wouldn't buy it again at a 5. If it's in B&M bargains at £1.19, I'd buy it.
Get me some.
Ross, what are you going?
I'm going to go high 6s as well. I'll go 6.8. I think it's the closest to a sour that I've liked. So I think I don't often like that tartness. That it's quite acidic, which I imagine is a lemon side of it. But for similar to John, curiosity factor of trying something a bit different, it's probably pushed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But then £5 price is a lot.
Don't forget to give it an extra point because you like the brewery as well, mate.
I should, to be honest, Danny, to keep fair, shouldn't I? So I've not got as many loyalties to these brewers, so now I'll stick at 6.8.
Sound. I'm going to go 6.5 just because as I'm doing this, I'm looking at the leaderboard and like I gave Tennant 6.1, and it's nicer.
Jesus.
It's nicer than the Tenants, and yeah, I think it's middle 6s because looking at the scoring chart, acceptable drinks, content sipping them all day, but could do better. I wouldn't be content sipping it all day because it's quite hard work, but it's
the price brings it down though, doesn't it? It's massively overpriced.
All right, Ben, we get it.
Hell. He's head of department, isn't he? Head of department. Fucking hell.
Could have got loads for that. £5.
Could have got 8 Carlin. 8 Carlin. Right, between us, £6, 6.5. I think that's
fair.
Yeah, that's what I gave it.
Yeah.
That's what I gave it, so I can't whinge. But it seems maybe slightly generous. But 6.5, yeah, fair.
I think it's fair. Like I said, just for the fact that it's something different, isn't it?
Yeah, glad to try it.
What else is at 6.5, Matty?
Oh, hang on, we've got 23 seconds left here. You're testing me. Only one beer, Sierra Nevada, hazy little thing, IPA.
Yeah, it's all right. It's an average beer.
Next week, Jungle Trip. The recording's over now. So cheers, lads. Cheers,
Great,
anyone.
thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Rich.